now. We're here today to discuss the impediments that small businesses face when competing for federal government construction contracts. The federal sector is an extremely important portion of the construction market, accounting for 40% of the value of ongoing overall private and public sector construction activity in 2010, compared to an average of about 20% in the prior decade. However, in our current economic climate, the construction industry faces extremely low profit margins and an incredibly high rate of unemployment. It was over 18% just last month, which is, as high as that is, the lowest the unemployment rate has been for the last 2 years. Against that backdrop, we have regulatory requirements of the federal contracting process that are costly, burdensome, and often prohibit small businesses from successfully competing on contracts, especially construction contracts. This is not satisfactory. We will hear testimony today that brings to the forefront issues that small businesses cope with on a daily basis as prime construction contractors and subcontractors on construction projects, from numerous statutory and regulatory changes to obstacles dictating how construction work will be solicited and awarded. For example, the bundling of construction requirements often prevents smaller entities from competing for contracts that only large entities have the resources to perform. However, as a former small home builder myself, I know that small construction companies have the resources and expertise to build in their communities at competitive prices. We'll also examine challenges involved with the sealed bidding methods of contract awards, the manner in which SBA calculates the prime contractor's credit for subcontracting goals, the prompt payment of prime contractors and subcontractors on construction contracts, the government's retention of contract payment on some construction contracts, and the desirability of having a local preference in some circumstances for construction contracts. Finally, we will address the effectiveness of the SBA's surety bond program and take a look at the individual surety bond market's role in securing bonds for government contracts. The testimonies today should help the committee determine if legislative changes or policy clarifications are needed to further maximize small business participation in construction contracting. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. We look forward to your testimony on construction. At some point during the day, we hope to have 2 non-members of the committee participate, the gentleman from New York, Mr. Hanna, and the lady from Washington, Ms. Herrera Butler. And if there's no objection, we'll allow them to sit today. No objection being heard, that we'll do that, assuming they show. So for that, before we begin, I'll turn to the ranking member for her opening comments. Ms. Chu.